Hello, my name is Adia Baker, and I am a senior in the HRTM program from Omaha, Nebraska. And this summer, I completed my supervisory internship at the Lancaster Event Center and Fairgrounds right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. LEC is a nonprofit that opened here in 2001 and just celebrated its 20th anniversary I think over a month ago, just around the time we were finishing up our internships. It is ran by the board of the Lancaster County Agricultural Society, which is a group of various business um, people, farmers, ag members in the local community that all have come together to try and make the event center as best as it can be from more of the community perspective and their own professional experience. It annually hosts the Super Fair, many animal-based events, horse shows, livestock shows, the fair, 4-H shows, and things like that. Also personal events, weddings, any type of trade show or school type meeting event, they can do that. They have the facilities that they can change based on the event and the workforce that they need based on the event as well. As a supervisory intern, I did a lot of everything. I joined a little late due to my other summer job experience, so I was kind of just thrown into a lot of things that had already been in the works for a while, and then just did my best to help collaborate with other interns. I worked heavily alongside our ticketing manager and marketing team during the super fair and a little bit during the rodeo. I worked more in the ticketing as I had previous experience with that. I also worked heavily in the volunteers for the rodeo that came, as having volunteers was extremely important when you're having 30,000 plus people coming, over 1,700 participants needing to be checked in and arranged within a very short amount of time. I worked a lot with everybody though of all departments. I worked with our food and beverage manager just a little bit, as that was not necessarily where I was placed at all, but I worked with our different contracting managers and event managers, our marketing managers, our operations managers, and our managing director, as she had a large role in kind of everything a little bit constantly with what we were doing and just trying to make everything run as smooth as possible. Here's just a hash of pictures I took during the event. About half of them are from the rodeo and about half of them are from the fair. We had packed grandstand every single night of the rodeo. We wore full Western, something I was not used to. I've never been really immersed in ag culture or in the understanding of rodeo culture in itself. Also, on the other end, working a little bit more outdoor fun event for the fair. I was in charge a lot of the concert series, overseeing an attraction zone, different petting zoos, live muralists, different food vendors, our weekend free concerts, and different random events that would go on in that zone as well. We had a watermelon feed and different groups in the community that had come out to use the space for different meetings during the 2 weeks of the fair as well. I learned a lot of everything. So based on my goals, I didn't set the most strict goals going in because I knew I would be getting a lot of different types of experience. I worked in operations when we had some major challenges. I worked in food when we were super busy. I ran with the food and beverage operations doing the beer garden because we did not have enough staff. I worked a lot with marketing, making sure that certain posters were getting out in time and flyers were getting made. And I expanded a lot on my communication skills, which was something extremely important that I really wanted to do, making calls, working with different vendors, verifying contracts and calling musicians, arranging times, all sorts of things. And also being able to work directly with one of our board members helped a lot as well, seeing kind of the professional side of things and someone respected in the community that was volunteering their time as well as willing to help me learn and also just be involved in something they love as well. Some of the major challenges we had faced were brought up in the mainstream media. About 48 hours before we were going to have 1,700 competitors come in, for the rodeo, we had essentially a tornado come through. It was not listed as a tornado, but the damages were equivalent to that. We had rented out RVs and trailers that were completely destroyed and needed to bring new ones in. All of the interns had gone out the day after to help rehang horse stalls and retarp them, try to clean up as much debris as possible, and that kind of kicked in our nonstop 24/7 operations a day early, as we would be kicking into that, loading in and loading out the competitors. But with the amount of damage and people arriving so soon, it really overworked our operations team, and they did an amazing job of making sure that they could get everything done as needed, and were really the stars of the internship and this entire summer, being able to put in so much hard work and really allowing us to see the unexpected can really happen, and it is fixable, and it is something people will recognize and see in the long run. Overall, I had a great experience. It had its ups and downs for sure. A lot of things I didn't think I would be doing, I did. A lot of bad things that I didn't want to deal with happened. Personally, and in the big scheme of things, I I enjoyed my experience thoroughly though. And I think I'm gonna have to start going to rodeos a little bit more often. But I'm looking forward to my next internship, and I appreciate everything the Lancaster Event Center taught me.